What's going on, guys? Aggronix, and welcome back to the ACL. Finally, we jump into week 1. The draft is over. Z-Mon's picked. We are ready to jump into the first game, and we have quite the tall fucking task today, guys. Today, we take on our week 1 opponent, fantastic Flygon and the Kaukauna Kyurems. Yes, I fucking... One take, baby. So before we get started, you might not be able to hear my voice, but I'm actually really, really sick right now. My stomach has been at me for the last week. I've been in bits. I'm playing this on Friday. I've been literally out of school for the last 3 days. And my teachers are going to fucking kill me when I get back. Don't hit me. But I've recovered enough to where I want to play. And I really want to play this game because I was super excited for it. I did prep and build this team before I was sick, so there's no excuse for that. I'm only saying that because there haven't been videos up recently. I just want to give you guys a little bit of an explanation. But I have been sick, and it's been really, really bugging me. I can still taste the sick in my burps. It's fucking terrible. But I did build this team about a week ago. Don't sing. About a week ago. And since then, I've been tweaking it and, fixing it. And actually, Flygon, since me building his team, or me building my team, he did change his team slightly, so I was like, oh fuck, I have to change something now. But it's not the end of the world. I'll get into that in a second. But before you guys get into the game, I'd like to ask you guys, heavy slam the like button down below first, and subscribe if you are not already to become a member of the Aggronix. My sister has just showed me a meme of a guy like, oh, how do I show a content creator that I really enjoy their content? And then the guy's going, like, comment, and subscribe. And now I feel really self-conscious saying that, but I don't really care. Now, the reason I say it's a tall task because Flygon's team was rated number fucking unero. Unero? Numero unero? I think that's what it is. Number 1, baby, in the power rankings by Champ. By the way, Hunter, thank you for number 5. I'll take number 5. Flygon was ranked number 1, which his team is very, very deadly, and as you can see, he had drafted Kyurem Black, Florges, Arcanine, Seismitoad, Raichu, Perugly, Gyarados, Scolipede, Celebi, Hariyama, Wigglytuff, and Mega Scizor. Very, very dangerous team. Now, the reason that this team had to change when I was building is because originally Seismitoad was Espeon. And I was like, oh, Espeon, that's fine. I'm not even scared of it. Since then, he's dropped Espeon for Seismitoad post-draft. Probably because one of the big reasons that I didn't like Flygon's team is because he had one Stealth Rocker in Celebi, and he had no ground type. He fixed that in one pick, so hats off to Seismitoad. However, he does still have one problem, which I might get into in that. I don't know if it actually helps us, because I don't think... Actually, no, it does. I'll get into that in a second. But there's one big flaw with his team that I really hope to exploit, basically, in this game. But yeah, his team is terrifying. Kyurem Black, Gyarados, Scolipede, Scizor is just scary as hell. Florges now is Defog with Scizor. His hazard removal is okay, Florges and Scizor. But if we can get them up and we can force pressure on Florges and Scizor, they won't be able to... defog, and rocks hurt his whole team pretty well, actually. Kyurem Black, Arcanine, Gyarados, Scolipede are the biggest threats. Celebi doesn't want to take rocks. Raichu can't freely Volt Switch because it has to keep coming in on rocks, stuff like that. So I really like that. His Z-Mons of Kyurem Black, Gyarados, Scolipede. To be honest, I don't see all 3 of them coming, even though if he was to bring all 3 of them, I'd be like, oh shit. I think Scolipede will come, and I think Kyurem Black will come. Although Kyurem Black might not come because his matchup realistically isn't very good. But it's really up to him. But I think Gyarados is good as well. I think they're all good against my team. So it's really hard to predict what he'll bring. Then he has Arcanine. If he brings like Choice Bandit, that's a lot of scary fucking shit to take. Tapu Fini should be able to wall it out pretty well. But if he predicts and goes for Wild Charge, I'm in a lot of trouble. So I have to be careful about that. And then Florges, Calm Mind is always scary. You can set up on Tapu Fini, stuff like that. Actually, no, it can't because I made sure it couldn't. But it could theoretically if I didn't bring the right set. So also, Bullet Punch Scizor is just terrifying. Like if he Swords Dances a few times, we could be in some trouble. But other than that, it's a pretty scary team. Hariyama also cannot be overlooked because that thing has a very good match against my team. I do expect it. See, the thing is, the problem with Flygon's team is that not in general, but for me, is that I can't really predict the 6 mons he's going to bring. I truly cannot predict 6 mons because, I could say Kyurem Black, Gyarados, Scolipede, Celebi, Scizor, but then he also has Florges, he also has Arcanine. He has to bring Seismitoad because he dropped it before the fucking post-draft, alright? He drafted it simply because it was good against me, and I know this, and I don't blame him for it because, there was a certain mon on my team Magnezone that completely wrecked his team. Magnezone absolutely destroyed his team until he drafted Seismitoad. because look at his team. Magnezone just wrecks it. And he had to get Seismitoad to fix that. Seismitoad is 100% coming. Scizor might not. Actually, no, I think yes, Scizor might not. I don't know though. I don't know. I can't predict his team. But if Scizor doesn't come, that's actually another great thing for my team. So let's jump into it. First of all, I'm not bringing Salazzle. Ooh, what is this? Ooh. Let's not talk about that. First of all, yeah, I'm not bringing Salazzle, which is probably a huge mistake, but it's annoying because Salazzle has such a great matchup against Florges and Scizor and Celebi. You know, it can destroy all those mons. After that, it becomes a little bit more sketchy because you have Hariyama with Thick Fat, probably Assault Vest, takes any hit and just kills me. You have Scolipede with Speed Boosts on me, and I can't really run Substitute because I don't think I have the move syndrome unless I don't run Nasty Plot, and then, Salazzle isn't as useful then. I could run Hidden Power Grass and hit Seismitoad, but then Gyarados, could use me as setup fodder, and then I could run Hidden Power Electric for Gyarados, but then I literally cannot touch Seismitoad. And then you have Kyurem Black, which will take any hit 100%, and kill me, and Arcanine the same. So Salazzle was good, on paper, but like the more you go into it, it really only beats 2 or 3 mons very, very well. After that, it gets a little bit sketchy. If I was to bring like a Choice Spec set with Fire Blast, it could do some work, but it also outspeeds, I think, his entire team. But I'm hoping he over preps for Salazzle, actually. I'm hoping he brings Hariyama, he brings Seismitoad, he brings Arcanine. Make sure that I can't spam Fire Blast, and then I punish him for it. So that's the plan. The big problem with my dad is very loud. The big problem with my team, or his team, sorry, is he doesn't have a Dark type, which I don't know if he's noticed that, but he doesn't have a Dark type. What that means is I get to spam Psyshock against his team, and he has no resistance to Psyshock except for Celebi and Scizor. He did have Espeon before, but then he dropped that, so it actually makes it a little bit easier for Latias to do a lot of work. And also Soldew is not banned because it got a little bit nerfed. So, and because of its nerf, it's actually legal now, so I'm actually glad that happened. Scizor and Celebi are the mons that resist Psyshock. Scizor dies to Hidden Power Fire after Psyshock plus Rocks. And Celebi, Celebi's a tough one because Draco could kill if he's in range and he's offensive. If he's defensive, he'll take it very, very well. Celebi's one of those mons where it's a Celebi. It's going to take any hit pretty much except for like Specs hits if it's not super effective. And, it's going to do a lot of work if he brings it. I don't know if Celebi will come though, honestly. And if he doesn't bring that, Latias outspeeds his entire team naturally except for Purugly, and its speed ties with Raichu. Actually, I forgot about Purugly, to be honest. Purugly I don't expect to come because Steelix just walls it indefinitely. But also Delmise. Latias is fantastic in this matchup. It actually serves me super, super well. It can take on the Hariyama. It can take on, Kyurem Black with Draco. Take on the Florges if it's low enough with Psyshock. Healing Wish is nice as well. It means I can Healing Wish up on Tapu Fini, on Steelix. Spoilers, they're coming. I can Healing Wish on them, which is very nice, and should give me a lot of work. I'm actually not speed creeping Raichu because I don't expect Raichu to come. If it does come, that's fine because I have Magnezone and Steelix that completely shut it down, so I'm okay with that. But it's just I'm not speed creeping Raichu, so Latias outspeeds his entire team if he doesn't bring Raichu or Purugly, which is fine by me. Also Scolipede, I forgot about Scolipede, but Scolipede has speed boost, so his speed is kind of irrelevant. And next we have Pulsar, the Magnezone Choice Scarf Magnapul with Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Flash Gun, Hidden Power Fire. Now you'll notice on this team, I'm not really super prepping for Scizor. And the reason being is because I hope to get rid of Scizor as quickly as possible if he brings it. Magnezone with Hidden Power Fire does 77 to 94% if he's max HP. It might be 91% actually. It does that much if he's max HP. If he's not max HP, if he's like max speed, it just calls him after rocks, no question. And if he has damage on him, then it kills him anyway. The great thing about Magnezone being Choice Scarf is because if he goes for Superpower, he'll just die. He'll just die because he'll expect that. Speed me on Choice Scarf, he'll die. And Magnezone quad resists Bullet Punch, so he can get the +6, that's fine. As long as Magnezone's alive, he shouldn't be able to sweep me with Scizor unless, Bullet Punch +6 crit. That could suck. But even then, I don't know if... Well, +6 wouldn't kill me. Crit probably would. But as long as we don't let Scizor get up to like +6, we should be fine. And yeah, Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Flash Cannon is very good against the rest of his team. Hits Kyurem, hits Florges, hits Gyarados. Hariyama is kind of his best switch in other than Seismitoad, to be honest, which is why Seismitoad is 100% coming in this game. I legit think that he looked at my team and went, Magnezone fucks me, I need a Mon, I need a ground type. I don't blame him for that, I honestly don't. It's just if he didn't do that and he had Espeon, it would mean this matchup is way easier. Now we have a little bit of a hurdle in Seismitoad to get over, which isn't the easiest mon for me to kill, to be honest. It can check Steelix very well because it resists Heavy Slam. And, you know, Earthquake won't do too much. It can take on Tapu Fini to a certain extent. So yeah, it's a bit of a tough mon to get over. If we get past Seismitoad and Scizor though, Magnezone does so much work to his team with like the combination of Flash Gun and Thunderbolt. It's just so good against the team. Next we have Concord the Staraptor and Sonnet the Tapu Fini. Concord, first of all, is Choice Banded Reckless with Brave Bird, Close Combat, Quick Attack, and U-Turn. Quick Attack, Quick Attack, Choice Band Staraptor is one of my favorite sets because Choice Banded Quick Attack just does so much against his team, and I need that because he has Gyarados and Scolipede, two mons that are known for setting up with their speed. Gyarados with Dragon Dance and Scolipede with Speed Boost. And Quick Attack is great because it just shuts them down. It's the same with like a Choice Scarf, Kyurem Black. Same with, I guess, Choice Raichu. Actually, I don't have Speed Raichu. I can kill it with Quick Attack if it's low enough. I really like Quick Attack in this matchup. I was running Quick Attack, so I was like, I don't really need Choice Scarf because the only mon that I had speed up with Choice Scarf is Raichu and Perugly, which die to a Quick Attack if they're low enough. So I'm just going to run Banded. With that, I only need Brave Bird. The only mon on his team that resists Brave Bird is Raichu. I believe, yes. His only resistance to Brave Bird is Raichu, which is another reason I think Seismitoad is coming, because it can serve as a physical wall and take on Staraptor to a certain extent, but it's still not going to do a lot. I'm running Close Combat just because it's a nice move to have. You know, it's a move that can hit Raichu neutrally that doesn't do recall to me. It also hits Kyurem Black super effectively, which is nice. So if he's like a bulky spread and Brave Bird for some reason doesn't kill, I think it will kill, but for whatever reason, you know, Brave Bird doesn't kill, I can, you know, pick him off with a Close Combat, which is nice. And then U-Turn is just there for initiative. It can take on Celebi. If he goes into, you know, Seismitoad or Raichu on my Staraptor and I U-Turn, I can get a lot of initiative in that. And yeah, like, I expect Arcanine to come physically defensive to take on Staraptor. And if he does that, that's kind of good for me because that means Arcanine isn't offensive. And offensive Arcanine is very, very scary because the combination of Flare Blitz, Wild Charge, Extreme Speed, and Close Combat is pretty scary to me. So I need to be a little bit careful about Arcanine, especially if it's Rocky Helmet, because Rocky Helmet with the Brave Bird recoil could be very, very annoying, but shouldn't be the end of the world. Next we have Sonnet the Tapu Fini, Icium Z, Misty Surge with Surf, Moonblast, Taunt, and Haze. Surf, Moonblast, they're just for stab. Surf, Moonblast hits basically his entire team for at least neutral. Haze means that we can't get set up on by the Gyarados and the Scizor and even the Celebi to a certain extent, even the Florges, which is nice. Z-Haze just means I can get my HP back, and Taunt is there for mons like the Florges and the Seismitoad even. Actually, that's true. I could probably taunt the Seismitoad. I just thought of that. Wow, I'm a smart boy. Now, the reason we're running 176 speed EVs is because I want to be able to outspeed a max speed Adamant Scizor. Meaning, if he runs max speed Adamant Scizor, which, why would you run Jolly? I really don't see the reason to run Jolly. I think it would be a huge blunder on his part, although it would work out for him, I guess. But if he does run Jolly, okay, I won't outspeed him then. But if he runs Adamant max speed, Tapu Fini will outspeed him, will be able to go for Haze before he can, you know, Swords Dance, to go for Taunt, stuff like that, and stop him from basically setting up on Tapu Fini, which is nice. And physically defensive means we can take on mons like the Kyurem Black, we can take on the Arcanine, we take on the Seismitoad, Gyarados, even the Scolipede. I think we can take one Poison Jab if he's not Life Orb pretty well. And then if he's like Z Poison Jab, we just die, but it's fine. Because we have a mon for that. Actually, we have two. Death Metal and Colossus are basically my checks to basically everything. Physically defensive Delmize with Yachi Berry, with Power Whip, Anchor Shot, Synthesis, and Rapid Spin. Physically defensive. The reason for this is because I wanted to be able to take on Scolipede. Scolipede's Mega Horn, if he's Z-move, does max 40% to Delmize, which is crazy. And Anchor Shot does about 60 to 70, which is cool. Originally I had Hidden Power Fire on Delmize because its special attack is actually not that bad. It's 86. But after realizing I have Magnezone, don't worry about Scizor, I just decided to go with Synthesis instead. And it actually pays off a lot. Now the reason we're going Yachi Berry, is because for a few reasons. Basically, after thinking about it a lot, because also, by the way, I forgot to say, we dropped Skunk Tank for a Alolan Exeggutor. I know in the draft I said I wouldn't drop him on this season. Okay, one. Just give me one, alright? Basically, since then, that's a huge problem for his team. You know, if you look at his team, there's not a lot of mons that can take that on. However, Alolan Exeggutor is very slow. And Seismitoad running Ice Punch just makes sense. If you run Scald, Earthquake, Ice Punch, and Stealth Rock, that just makes sense. He could run Knockoff, and if he runs Knockoff, that means the Yachi Berry is useless, pretty much, and that would suck. But I don't think he'll run Knockoff. I think he'll run Ice Punch because it hits Dhelmise and Alone Executor, and those are the only mons that resist both Scald and Earthquake on my team, so I think he will do that. If he does run a move like that. And if he doesn't run Ice Punch on Seismitoad or Knockoff, that means we can take an Ice Beam from Kyurem Black and kill it with Anchor Shot. It means we can take an Ice Fang possibly from Gyarados, stuff like that. Even an Ice Punch from Hariyama if he doesn't have Knockoff, which why wouldn't he? We can take a Hidden Power Ice from Raichu very, very well. Stuff like that. So Yachi Berry has a few uses, what the fuck did I just say? It has a few uses. The main one is Seismitoad and Kyurem Black, but Raichu is also a nice one as well. And because there's no sand this week, Synthesis is also very, very good. It heals us 50%, and that's really, really nice. So, finally we have Colossus, the Mega Steelix, Steelixite, Sturdy, with Iron Head, Earthquake, Dragon Tail, and Stealth Rock. Sturdy is before, I Mega Evolve. After I Mega Evolve, it's Sand Force, of course. Iron Head, Earthquake, Dragon Tail, Stealth Rock is really all I need to hit his entire team very, very well. The only mon I don't hit really at all is Gyarados, but that's why Dragon Tail is there. And Scizor, that's why Dragon Tail is there. But yeah, Steelix is very, very good against his team. It can take on the Kyurem, it can take on the Florges. If Arcanine is physically defensive and doesn't have Will-O-Wisp, actually if it does have Will-O-Wisp, the Misty Surge might be up. We can go for Earthquake and do tons of damage to it. It can take on the Raichu very, very well, the Perugly, the Celebi, the Wigglytuff. Scizor can't set up on me because Dragon Tail. Now, I'm taking a bit of a risk with Dragon Tail, but I think it will pay off. He doesn't really have a lot of mons that use substitute. Unless he specifically sets his team up to where Gyarados uses Dragon Dance substitute, but then he doesn't have enough moves because he needs Waterfall and then Crunch, but then he can't hit Tapu Fini, but then if he has Z-Bounce, then he can't hit, he can only use Z-Bounce once, and then he's kind of stuck, so I don't think he'll do that. I think he'll run, I don't think he'll run sub on any of his mons, and if he doesn't, which I don't think he will, Dragon Tail is way better than Roar. Unfortunately, we can miss, which I'm hoping we don't, but yeah, the only thing that worries me is that we can't Dragon Tail, or, I should say Roar. We can't get rid of Florges, but Florges, I believe, takes over 50% from Iron Head. Yeah, it does. So, it's not really an issue, because we do more than he's getting back from Wishes. So, he shouldn't really be able to Calm Mind or anything like that on me. And after an Iron Head, he's put in range of something else, so I think it's fine. So yeah, that's the team. I'm pretty happy with it. It's a really tough matchup, and I know Flygon to be a very, very offensive player. We have played him in the past. We played him in the Elite, and he's a very, very good battler, so I definitely am not underestimating him. I think the matchup is very, very weird. There are mons on both sides that kind of wreck each other. Kyurem Black is very, very scary to my team. Gyarados, Scolipede, but then I have stuff like Magnezone and Staraptor. Staraptor, literally, he doesn't have a resistance to Brave Bird. So if Staraptor is played right, we can easily win this game. On the flip side, if you play Scolipede very, very well, he could easily win. So it's one of those games. It's one of those games for sure. So hope you guys are excited for it. If you guys are looking forward to the game, make sure to heavy slam the like button down below first and subscribe if you are not already to become a member of the Aggronix. That being said, I'm going to connect with Flygon, and we're going to get right into the game. Oh, it's unfortunate that my stomach started to hurt in between the time that I recorded the team builder and we planned to do this game. Alright, let me check your Mega. Okay, let's go. Let's see what he brought. He did bring the Scizor, no Gyarados, no Arcanine, no Raichu. Good. Alright. I can deal with this team. I think. Okay, so I think I want to lead with Tapu. Oh, by the way, good luck, have fun. Also, my internet is working. I'm so happy because usually it's about 8 o'clock right now. It usually dies at about 7, and then it's really slow for about 2 hours. At about 9, it comes back and it's at full speed again. I don't know why, but tonight, thank God, it hasn't done that. So I'm really happy. Also, my stomach is an absolute bit, so hopefully that stops. I think Tapu Fini is just the perfect lead, to be honest. If he leads with Kyurem, we're good. Seismitoad, we're good. Florges, we're good. The only mon that it sucks if he leads with it is Scolipede. Which, would he lead with Scolipede? Maybe. Maybe he would. Maybe he would. I could also lead with Staraptor. Staraptor outspeeds his entire team naturally, except for Scolipede. But that's if Scolipede is Jolly. If it's Adamant, then we outspeed it, actually. See, I think he's going to lead with Seismitoad. Expecting maybe a Magnezone lead or something like that. So I'm just going to lead with Tapu Fini, I think. I could also lead with Delmise, but if he leads with Kyurem, I'd rather be in with Fini, I guess. Technically, I guess. So I'm going to lead with Tapu Fini. Lead with Sonnet. I usually with the Hariyama, so I'm glad I led with Tapu Fini right here. So we should be able to pretty much take any hit from this thing. By the way, gonna check really quickly. Yes, Hariyama is not one of his Z-Mons. I'm gonna keep that open just in case I forget. So we see no Guts. He probably doesn't have Guts because, of course, that'd be stopped by Misty Terrain. He'd have to get it out, you know, off elsewhere. Moonblast. How much does that do to Hariyama? That's Florges. Florges takes very little. Moonblast does over half if he's not Assault Vest. If he's Assault Vest, then it's starting to do a pretty small amount of damage, to be honest. But it's still doing 40%. So I think I want to take that damage. I don't really have a choice. I don't really have a switch. I mean, okay, how much is Poison Jab going to do if he's like... I don't know. Just show me how much Poison Jab's going to do. Let's just see. 50%! That's not our spread. We do take 2 Poison Jabs, and that's if he's Adamant. I could double out, but to be honest, I just have to stay in here. Hopefully he's not Assault Vest, and hopefully I can just do a lot of damage to him. He does stay in. It's a lot of damage. Poison Jab comes off. 53%. It's big stuff. Big stuff. Yeah, Hariyama is an issue. He did 53%. He's not banded, I don't think. No, he's definitely not banded. I don't know. Expert Belt, maybe? Expert Belt looks about right. Yeah, we're in trouble. So I have a few plays. I could sack Fini and just basically get rid of this Hariyama, which is, you know, an idea. I could go into Magnezone. Oh, by the way, we did 45%, so he is 100. Oh no, he is Assault Vest. He's definitely Assault Vest. So how did he do that much? I'm gonna get to the bottom of this before we keep going. What are Hariyama's abilities again? Thick Fat Guts, Sheer Force. Ew. Yeah, that's about right. Whoops. So okay. So he's Assault Vest. Magnezone does not kill. Magnezone does not kill. However, I could come in, go for Volt Switch. So I'm going to go into Magnezone, he's going to click Poison Jab. If he clicks Knock Off, then... I don't think he will, though. I think he'll just click Poison Jab. Then I what? I go into Magnezone, I click Volt Switch, and... The problem is if he goes into Seismitoad, then I'm kind of boned. I think... Fuck! This is really not a good start at all. This is a terrible start because Tapu Fini is very important at walling the Kyurem. But I guess I do have Steelix still. It was nice for the Florges though to stop Florges, but I guess I have to hope that he predicts. How much does Delmise take? Because Delmise is physically defensive. Delmise takes nothing. Knockoff does very little. Oh, that's my old set. Oops. We're not that anymore. But we are that spread. So Knockoff plus Poison Jab does not kill me. And Power Whip would definitely kill him. I think Tapu Fini. I don't know who's more important, Tapu Fini or Delmise. But we definitely take a Poison Jab plus Knockoff. So, yeah, I'm going to go into Delmise. I'm going to go to Delmise. He goes for Poison Jab again, that's fine. Does quite a bit of damage. It says right here, knockoff can never ever kill me. If he goes for Ice Punch, it's great. And I'm going to go for Power Whip. Power Whip is a roll. It's in his favor if he's max HP, but that is actually with a bit of defense, so it's a tough one. His switch in right here is 100% just Scizor, but I could Synthesis, and actually I might, because he's going to do that much, but if he gets rid of my item, then he's doing very little to me, and then this thing doesn't become a threat, so actually I might Synthesis. Synthesis allows me to take on his entire team, and if he swaps out in a Scizor... See, if I go for Power Whip right here and he goes into Scizor, Scizor takes 0 anyway. I'm just going to go for Synthesis. I'm just going to go for Synthesis and hope he goes for Knockoff and gets rid of my item. Because at that point, this thing can't really touch me. Tapu Fini being weak is unfortunate, but we can Z-Haze on a lot of things. He goes for Knockoff. Great stuff. Gets rid of my Yachi Berry, and we do that. So, okay. Knockoff does how much if with an item? 51, so that is within range. With no item, he does very, very little. So I'm just going to go for... Can he kill me with 2 knockoffs? He can't according to this roll. Oh, well, it's a roll. If he gets 2 high rolls, he will. But the likelihood of that is kind of low. I'm going to go, I think, for... Anchor Shot, because there's no point in risking the miss on Power Whip, because I think he's going to swap into Scizor, pretty much, is what I'm guessing. And if he does, then I can just kind of see what I can do. I could also Synthesis again. If I Synthesis again, that actually might be my play, to be honest. If he knocks off, I don't think he will, but if he knocks off... Oh, but actually, whoa. If he goes for Ice Punch, how much is that going to do? Probably not much more than... Wow, it does a lot. Really? Why? Oh, because Sheer Force. Would he have Ice Punch? I don't know. Yeah, with that knowledge, actually, I'm just going to click Power Whip. He does withdraw and goes into Scizor, my Kryptonite, and Power Whip does a decent amount of damage. So we're at this perplexing situation. See... Now, I could predict the U-turn and go for a Power Whip. Well, no, I wouldn't go for a Power Whip because he would never go on a Size Baton. If I was him, what would I do? I would probably just knock off. If I was him. I would probably just knock off. I could go into Tapu Fini. But if he U-turns and he goes back into Hariyama, or even worse, possibly Scolipede, and then he could possibly set up a Swords Dance on my Switch and a Steelix and kill me with his Aqua Tail. So that's very possible. I can't really let him Swords Dance right here, though. Knockoff. See, this thing can't touch me. I have no item. My item's gone. I was very, very close running Cobra Berry on my Dolomites. I wish I had now. This thing can't touch me unless it Swords Dances. So... I don't think he's going to do that, because if he Swords Dances as I go in a Magna Zone, he's kind of screwed. So I'm just going to go for Anchor Shot, I think, because Anchor Shot, what it does is... He could also go for Roost. But if he Swords Dances, I think that Swords Dance is the last thing he does, to be honest, I think. Sorry, how much does Knockoff do again? I didn't check. If he's physically defensive, he only does 30%, roughly. So I'm going to go for Anchor Shot. He's going to Mega Evolve, goes for Knockoff. His very, very little Anchor Shot comes off. It's about the same as what's it called? Power Whip. Now, okay. He went for Knockoff. I'm glad I didn't go into Magna Zone, because that having its Choice Scarf is very important to me. He can't escape, so he has to U-turn if he wants to swap out, which he probably would do anyway. I'm just going to Knockoff. So he probably doesn't have Swords Dance Roost. U-turn Bullet Punch. He probably doesn't have that. I'm going to Synthesis. He goes for U-turn. He gets a crit, but we do live, so holy shit, that was scary. Oh, that was scary. My god. Okay, so we're at an interesting crossroads here. Kyurem is absolutely terrifying. I've been playing defensively this whole game. I need to get up my rocks. I need to start making plays. I think he's going to go for probably an Ice Beam. He's no reason not to. If I go in a Tapu Fini, he just clicks Fusion Bolt afterwards. I could go in a Tapu Fini and double out in a Steelix. which is what I think I will do. Because if I go straight into Steelix on an Ice Beam, it's going to do a lot. And then I have to take an Earth Power on top of that. But if I go into Finny, then double out, saves me a lot of hassle. And if he doubles into Scolipede or Scizor on my Steelix switch, then I'm also fine. So I'm going to go on a tap with Finny right here. Please go for Ice Beam. He does go for Ice Beam, no reason to predict. 21%, that's good actually. I want to see that damage there. I just want to see that damage. 21% with an Ice Beam to my spread is especially offensive. More. Modest? No. Well, maybe. I don't think he'd be Monostow. I think he'd be timid. If he is Monostow, that's great because that means something that speeds it. What was it again? Actually, maybe it was nothing. It might be Finny. Actually, I'm not sure. No. Maybe not Finny. 21%. Icicle Plate. It's not Specs. Actually, it might be just Icicle Plate. I'm not sure. I'm going to double out into Steelix. If he clicks Fusion Bolt right here, it's fine. If he clicks Earth Power, then I'll be like, fuck. But Earth Power can't kill me. If he's the spread that I think he is, he can't kill me. And if he doubles into Scolipede or Scizor, which are switch into this thing, then he's in trouble. So I'm going to go on Steelix. We do swap first. He stays in. He goes for Fusion Bolt. It's perfect. Alright. So now we can finally start playing. We're on the foot now. Okay, so I have a few plays here. I could go offensive. I could click Earthquake. I could click Stealth Rock. I don't think he's going to stay in. Earth Power to Steelix does a lot of damage. And he is especially offensive, so it's going to do a lot of damage. It does do a lot of damage. Iron Head does 50%. But I think rocks being up are very important. He possibly has Defog on Florges or Scizor. Probably Florges because Scizor does have knockoff. He probably has Roost. U-turn and Bullet Punches as other moves. His switch into this thing is probably Seismitoad, or he stays in and just clicks Earth Power and tries to get damage on me. 2 Earth Powers can't kill me, so I'm gonna have to take the bait here. I have to go for Stealth Rock. If he stays in, it's unfortunate, but he does stay in. Z Continental Crush, all out pummeling. Wow, that's gonna do a lot. Whoa! What was that? What the fuck? Focus Blast? Wow. No, he's okay, so he's Z move. He's Z move. Okay, so I don't have rocks. This game's not over. It's very far from over. So we know he's not Scarf. He's Fightinium Z. What was that? How did he kill me? I guess it was physical. But I don't know what move that he would use superpower. I don't even think this thing gets superpower. And if it is, it doesn't kill me. So what was that? That's really bugging me. It's really bugging me. Staraptor comes in and kills this thing if I want it to. Fuck. Wrong set. That really sends me back. Close combat. Oko's him. Brave Bird does not, but it's close. His switch into this thing is probably, or Staraptor I mean, is probably Seismitoad. Physically defensive Seismitoad takes so much from close combat. Brave Bird just 2 KOs him actually, which is insane. But I am going to go on a Staraptor. I'm just going to click close combat. If he goes into Scolipede, which he never goes into Scolipede. If he goes into Florges, I can work around that. That really sucks. I'm shocked that happened. I really could not see any situation where that happens. The fact that because the calc says 97% max. I don't know what he used. I don't know what move he used. I'm going to click close combat though. I really want to click Brave Bird because I know he's not going to stay in. But Let me see. My check to Scolipede is dead except for Delmise. That really sucks. Yeah, that sucks. That sucks so much. My Stealth Rocks are not up, which means Scolipede isn't at 75%, which means Quick Attack can't do work to it. Oh, I'm really, really angry that I don't know how that killed. By the way, I don't. If I haven't made that clear, I don't know how that killed. I'm just gonna click Brave Bird. I think he's not staying in. He knows that he dies right here. He knows that he immediately dies if he stays in. Although he might not know that he might not think that I'm Choice Banded, so he might stay in. Which is more likely? Which is more likely? Would he go on a Seismitoad or Florges? He'd probably go into Seismitoad. I don't know. He'd probably go on a Florges, I guess, because Seismitoad he needs 4 other Mons. But either way, Close Combat is, I think, my play. If he goes into Seismitoad, then I'll go into Tapu Fini, I think. Get off the Z Haze. He's going to swap out right here, I know this. If he stays in, that's great, because this thing will die, unless I got an absolute min roll. Well, not absolute, but if it's like a 30 to 70 chance. He goes in a Hariyama, which this thing will die. This thing does die. So that dies, which is nice. Hariyama is dead, which is nice, because that thing was just a sponge. If he goes into Scolipede, we're in trouble. If he goes into Scolipede, we are in a lot of trouble. He goes into Scizor, which I can kill with Magnezone, even if he's max HP. Would he click Knockoff here? I think he's clicking Bullet Punch. I think he's clicking Bullet Punch. And I think I have to take the risk. He literally does 76 min. He's at 75. I don't think he's clicking Knockoff. Knockoff is the only move that if he clicks it, it sucks. If he clicks U-turn, it also sucks. He goes into Seismitoad, but I can still play around that. I have to go into Magnezone right now. I have to pull the trigger. I have to hope that he clicks Bullet Punch, and I catch him with Magnezone, because Scizor being dead is really, really good. Scizor being dead is really, really good. He goes for Bullet Punch. All right, okay, this thing is dead. This thing is 100% dead. Magnet Pull, Choice Scarf. No questions. Boom. Gone! Alright, Scizor's dead. It's not a 5-0. It is at least a 4-0. I think... Well, Seismitoad is 100% coming in right here. Seismitoad is 100% coming in right here. Yes. So, it's how I preserve the game so that Scolipede doesn't beat me. Because Scolipede will beat me right now. I still have Stelmise, though. I still have Delmise. Delmise takes 1 hit. Even if he's Life Orb, actually. At that range. Although if he gets up rocks, then Scolipede will kill me. Although he already showed the Z moves, he probably is Life Orb. I live 1 hit now. I live a hit now, but if he gets up rocks, I will die. So I think I have to go into Delmise, and I think I have to do stuff. I think I have to go into Delmise. He's gonna put up rocks. I think I need to go into Delmise and I need to click Anchor Shots. We can't swap out and then Power Whip him. Sludge Wave, okay, alright. What's the chances on Sludge Wave? Like 10%? Now I'm in range of another Sludge Wave. That couldn't have been more lucky on his part. Sludge Wave has 10% chance to poison me. He actually made a really smart play going for, I was definitely going to swap out, but it was a ballsy play. If I stayed in and went for... I don't know. But, I mean, that poison is so lucky. Although, I guess if he goes for Knockoff right now, I don't care. But now, he doesn't have to. He can make Sludge Wave again. I'm going to go for Anchor Shot. Just because if he... I don't know. If he doesn't kill me, I'll go for Power Whip. But he won't swap into Kyurem, I don't think. If he does, I'll be angry at myself because I'm clicking Power Whip and not Anchor Shot. But even if he goes in a Kyurem will take a lot from Power Whip, so... He does go in the fucking Scolipede, wow! I cannot believe that. I can't believe that. I should have just Anchor Shot. I don't know why. I was afraid that like he wouldn't kill me with Sludge Wave. But if I just anchor shot it right there, he would have been in... Oh, I can't believe I choked that. I'm going to click Synthesis because he's not going to Swords Dance. Although if he does... If he goes for Protect, he's Life Orb, there's a chance that I'll live the Mega Horn. If I Synthesis and he Protects, I might live the Mega Horn. I'll definitely live the Poison Jab. If I Synthesis and he Swords Dances, I flat out lose. By the way, how much does Staraptor do? Not enough. I think my only chance is that I hope... my only chance is that he... yeah, my only chance is that he protects right here. I don't think he has Swords Dance because I don't think he can fit it. So I'm going to click Synthesis. He goes for Poison Jab. Alright, that works too. Okay, I was going to say, is he not a thing? He is. So... Poison Jab. Okay. Staraptor lives one hit, but it does not live another. So if I go on a Scolipede right now, he'll swap out. And I will miss the chance. If I go on a Bladiass, he has to miss that. If I go on a Magnezone, he has to not have Earthquake, but he probably does. I think Staraptor's my only play. He's Black Sludge. That's odd. Okay. I have to go on a Staraptor. It's whether I U-turn, predicting him to switch, or I just Brave Bird him, hoping that he tries to kill me. Because at this rate, okay, Latias can beat the last 3 Mons, except for the Scolipede. Kind of. It can kind of beat the Florges with the help of Magnezone. But it can easily beat the Kyurem, and it can easily beat the Seismitoad. I just have to beat the Scolipede. Scolipede is the 100% largest threat in his team by a mile. If I click Brave Bird right here, and he swaps out, he wins. Because then I don't have a check to this thing anymore. Unless he doesn't have Earthquake, then actually I actually win if he doesn't have Earthquake, but I assume he does. Or he has to miss a Mega Horn, which would be nice, because he did fucking poison me with Sludge Wave, but didn't really matter. If I clicked Anchor Shot right there, I'd be so much happier with myself. If I click Brave Bird, I kill the Mon that comes in 100%. I 100% OHKO the Mon. Or not, well, 2 kill the Mon that comes in. If he clicks Poison Jab and I U-turn, I lose. I lose. So yeah, it comes down to this. Do I think he'll switch? He knows that he's Black Sludge. Actually, that's Life Orb, actually. He does even less than that. Wow, he doesn't even do 50%. Maybe I do just U-turn no matter what. And hope that I can live something. Although he could be adamant. I know he's going to swap out. I know he is. He could protect, and if he protects on my U-turn, then he'll know. But he doesn't know I'm banded, so that still might not be the end of the world. Ah, this is so close. Okay, so it comes down to this play, I think, this game. Even though it is 4-4. It comes down to this game. It comes down to this play. If I U-turn and he stays in, I lose. But if I U-turn and he goes in a Florges or anything like that, there's still a good chance I can win. If I was him, what I do, I wouldn't let Scolipede go down. It beats the rest of my team. He surely cannot let Scolipede die. I have to click U-turn. Wow. Wow. He did click Protect. I was thinking, there was a shred of me that was thinking, yeah, he would click that, but I really couldn't. I could go in a Magnezone, hope he doesn't have Earthquake, but he 100% does. There's no point in hoping that he doesn't. He definitely does. I could go on a Tapu Fini and let Fini die and then come back into Staraptor, which I think is my play. He could still swap out, still fearing the Brave Bird, but I think he's going to assume I'm not going to click it now because, yeah, I have to. Yeah. If he swaps out, then great, but I'm just going to let Fini die. I have to let Fini die. He's going to stay in right here. If he swaps out, great. But please swap out. That'd be great. I would love it if he swapped out. I would love it if he swapped out. He don't swap out. He just killed me. Yeah, I had to do that. If you think that was a stupid play watching the game, fuck you, you're retarded. I have to click Brave Bird now. It's kind of out of my hands, to be honest. It's kind of out of my hands. I click U-turn again because I think this time he will swap out, but I think the mon that he goes into I have to kill anyway, so I'm just gonna fucking Brave Bird. Yeah, he goes for protect. He's gonna poison jab me, please. Try to kill me. Oh. Oh, baton pass. That's great. That's cool. That's fine. No, that's fine. Baton pass is a good player's way. Okay, I'm gonna go to Latias. Goes for skulls. He can't burn me. That's he can. Okay, he doesn't. Okay. All right. This isn't the end of the world. He might have knockoff, but Psyshock should kill him right here. Psyshock should kill him. I'm gonna make sure, even though I'm pretty sure I know the answer. I'm just gonna check. What's her fucking name? Seismatone. I forgot your name for a second. Psyshock doesn't kill. Staraptor did how much? Staraptor did 74%, which is basically exactly that. So I didn't get a great roll on Brave Bird, and he did have leftovers. If he didn't have that, it maybe. I can't really Draco. I'm still out of range of Poison Jab, which is important. Oh my god, my fucking burps. Baton Pass is just such a cheap way of playing, guys. It's just... You see, this right here doesn't matter to me, but it's him passing speed and Kyurem that scares the ever-living bejesus out of me. He's going to win this entire season because he's just going to pass speed every game, and nobody can stop him because why the fuck could they? I think I have to Draco. Because I can't have him Ice Punch or knock off me twice. And I think he is going to go in a Florges. But if he does that, I can go in a Magnezone. I can kind of play around that. Would he stay in? I don't know if he would, because I mean I have the Magnezone right there, and he needs a check to it, but also he doesn't because he has Scolipede and he has Kyurem. If I click Psyshock and he goes into Florges, does it matter? Not really. I still do 0 to him. I actually do more to Florges than I do to fucking your boy. Oh, I wish I was Specs right now. That'd be really nice. If I could just Spec Psyshock everything. That'd actually be really nice right now, but it's unfortunate. I'm just gonna... Surely he goes into Florges. He goes for Stealth Rock, so... That was now he gets another hit on me, which is unfortunate, but he does go into Florges now, which is... Wow, the Psyshock did a lot. Did Psyshock not do a lot? I think it did a lot. I mean, if I Draco'd, he still got up his rocks. But then I guess my Magnezone had more free reign. But I don't know. Now my fucking Staraptor is out in range of the thing. So yeah, that's that. I'm gonna hope that he goes for a Moonblast and doesn't kill me. But I can't really... If I Draco'd the Seismitoad, it would have brought down the differential, but Scolipede was always going to be a threat when Steelix died. Steelix dying, to me, I need to ask him what the fuck his move was, because according to the calc, it's impossible, because he was Z-move. Unless, I guess he was modest. But even then, it's like so completely ridiculously in my favor to live that it's just absurd. Sorry, wait. No, he didn't make his move. It's so absurd to think that I died. Because I was... Mod is the earth power. No, it still doesn't fucking kill me. So how? Focus blast. I guess focus blast would be stronger. There, 40%, 43%. He goes for wish. He's gonna go for protect, I guess. He could technically swap into Kyurem, I guess. Technically. See, this is why I wanted fucking rocks. I hate this game so much. I hate the baton pass. The poison is just so frustrating. If I go on a Magnezone and he protects, I click fucking flash cannon. He goes into not that dice. Actually, okay. I think I have to predict the protect. If he goes in a Kyurem, actually, if he goes in a Kyurem, that's fine because I am Choice Scarf and I will kill him with flash cannon. So I'm gonna go to Magnezone. He goes protect. Okay. Yeah, of course he would. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna flash cannon twice. I don't think one flash cannon kills him. There's no way one flash cannon kills him. No, Magnezone. Magnezone. That's Kyurem Black. I was like, whoa, that does a lot to Florida's. It still does over 50%, and we can still get the special defense. He does go for protect. I'm gonna spam flash cannon. It's so annoying that it's come down to this bulk of Florges, which I despise Florges so much. Florges is such a hard mon to break. Such a hard mon to break. It's also kind of easy to break it. It's weird. If I Brave Bird it with Staraptor once, it's basically dead, but like it's just getting Staraptor in on it, you know. Him getting up rocks is the nail in the coffin. He goes for Calm Mind. That's that. Yeah, I don't know what I could have done differently, to be honest. I don't know if I had ever had a chance when Steelix dies. Which again, how the fuck did he kill me? So 40. Well, okay, it was a 40% chance, but still, my luck that I would die to that, right? I could go for the flinch. Okay, sorry. No, sorry, not the flinch. I could go for the. What am I trying to say? I could go for the crit, or I could go in a Latias, Healing Wish, go in a Staraptor, which I think is what I do. So if he attacks right now, he's going for Inver. He's going for a Wish. So I'm gonna go on a Staraptor after I sack with the Healing Wish, then Brave Bird, put him in range of Flash Cannon, and then Flash Cannon as many things I can until Magnezone dies. Basically, my play. If he Moonblast, that's fine because I go on a Staraptor no matter what. So goes for Wish. Protect if you want. If he goes for another Calm Mind, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to go for Healing Wish. Goes for Moonblast, it's fine. In comes Staraptor. Gets the Healing Wish. I'm going to click Brave Bird right here. It will do like 80 to 90% of this thing. Put it in range of a Flash Cannon. And then we'll just start to chip down as many mons as possible. I don't know what I could have done differently. The poison on the... If I anchor shotted the Scolipede when it came in on Delmise, maybe. But, I mean, that was such a fucking insane play. I guess. That does... Oh my god, that's a lot. He does go for Moonblast. I don't think he will live on 18% from a Flash Cannon, so it will be a 3-0 at least. Unless he goes in a Scolipede right now and he lives. Adamant Choice Band. Jolly. Yeah, I don't know what I could have done, to be honest. I don't know what I could have done. Scolipede doesn't have Earthquake, we win. So that's cool. But, well, no, actually, Kyurem probably lives one Flash Cannon because we didn't get up rocks. The 41% is just annoying me. That it came down to that. Poison Jab protects Baton Pass. Does he... Surely his last move is Earthquake. Earthquake might not kill me. I was thinking because maybe he's Black Sludge, he would not kill me. GG. I'm not really happy about that game, to be honest. I don't know what I could have done, though. I don't know what I could have done. The Seismic Toad threw me off. Not threw me off. The you know what I mean. Hariyama. Sorry for the low roll on Floridas. Oh, really? Was that a low roll? Was that a low... What? I don't know if it mattered, though. Yeah, probably not. But then I would have had thing the quick attack. I don't know what I could have done differently, to be honest. Like, I wanted to... He didn't have Mega Horn. He didn't actually have Mega Horn. So Latias actually fucking beat this thing 1v1. That's insane to me. That's really bad prep in my opinion. That's really bad. That's not good at all. He's lucky that Latias and Scolipede never met. Staraptor is awesome. Staraptor is really cool. Steelix is great. Might as well. Might as well. I mean, there's no reason not to. The Psyshock on Florges. He did go for Moonblast. Yeah, but it shouldn't have. Yeah, like, you not having Mega Horn is crazy, and I'm only really putting that together now. I mean, again, right here, if he didn't have Earthquake and he had Mega Horn, which, okay, he couldn't hit Steelix then. If he didn't have that, then, okay. Actually, how much does Magnezone do to Kyurem? I actually don't know. It doesn't kill anyway. It doesn't kill anyway. But he didn't have Earth Power, I don't think. He had, like, Focus Blast, which I don't think killed me. It's a roll. And he had to land it as well, so maybe we would have won. Kyurem with +2 speed wins outright. Yeah, that's... Again, Baton Pass to me is so cheap. If he wants to say that, okay, Kyurem does really well at +2. I don't really... Sure. Okay, you won with Baton Pass. Good for you. But, I don't... Anyone could do it. Anyone could... Verlisify could do it, and he'd be the greatest player on the planet, you know? It's not really a viable thing to me. The team is good. I like the team. It's just I don't know. The matchup was really tough. Seismitoad as well. If you didn't draft Seismitoad, like I said, he only drafted it after the draft because he knew he needed it for this matchup. I don't blame him for that. I'm not angry about that because I did the same. Not really the same thing with the Lone Executor. I drafted Lone Executor because I wanted it. And but like Seismitoad fits his team very well as well. But it's very clear that it was meant for this team. Yeah, the 41 Steelix dying was huge. See, if I got a Brox, then I guess I don't know what it would have actually really changed. It would have given me more hope, I guess. It would have given me more hope. And that's really all I gotta say about it. It was a fun enough game. There were a lot of stuff not in our favor. Next week, though, we'll come back. We didn't bring Tyranitar, we didn't bring Sandslash, we didn't bring any of the mons that I really want to try to use. So, this first week, I think, is just trying to get into the groove. I don't even know who we play next week. Afonso. Okay, that should be fun. But yeah, GG to Flygon. He's going to have a pretty good season. But, dude, I'm not even fucking joking. Stop with the Baton Pass shit. Not just against me, but I mean with everyone. Because, I mean, anyone can fucking do it. And it's cool that you want to win, but... You know. Yep. He knows it as well. It was a 41%. Were you Z Focus Blast? Yeah, I know. Again, though, I clicked Rocks, so I don't know if it really mattered. Because the Rocks, again... Rocks wouldn't have really changed much, I guess. I don't know. I'm just annoyed that like it didn't go. You know, anything. Nothing went in my favor. Nothing in this game went in my favor at all. The only reason that we got those kills is because I put myself in the situation to do that. I checked the Scizor. I killed the Hariyama. I killed the Florges. You know, nothing was kind of gift wrapped to me, and I felt, you know, Flygon. His kills were. You know, the kill on Steelix was a roll. You know, he poisoned Delmise. You know, and if he didn't poison Delmise, I would have... Yeah. If he never poisoned Delmise, I would have 100% synthesized. There would have been no reason not to. But it's because he poisoned me that I was like, oh, I have to attack because I'm on a timer. If he didn't poison me with Sludge Wave, he would have gone into Scolipede on my Delmise, and I would have been able to beat him. Because I would have gone for Ank Shot. Doesn't matter if you doubled Baton Passed into Kyurem. Kyurem takes too much, puts him in range of Quick Attack. So just nothing in this game went in my favor, and I'm really, really upset about it. I wasn't great because I did U-turn on the Sculpey originally, and that cost me my Tapu Fini. But to be honest, I don't know what Tapu Fini would have done in the end of that game there. So yeah. So yeah, that's the game. Flygon, cut the shit out with the baton pass. It's not a viable way to play. It's not really fun to watch. But I can't judge you. You got the win. He played very, very well. And he brought the mon that I was kind of expecting, like the team. You know, he didn't bring Arcanine, but he did bring, you know, Hariyama and Seismitoad and Scizor. So, yeah. So, thank you guys for watching. It's been a very, very upsetting week 1. It's been a while since we've lost week 1. Actually, no, I guess PCL. Did we lose? Yeah, we did to Herschel. So we lost week 1 of the PCL. And we made it to the finals. And, yeah. We're going to have to come back next week. Actually, Afonso's team is really, really cool. So I'm actually looking forward to that game a lot. Because that game will be interesting. Because if you look at his team is crazy. I'm bringing that Magikarp, boy. I'm bringing that Magikarp. But if you guys have enjoyed this game, make sure to slam the like button down below first. And subscribe if you are not already to become a member of the Aggronix. That being said, Pokemon is a luck-based game. It is what it is. Can't be too upset. Have yourselves a wonderful day. And have better luck than me. Bye-bye.